Hello, is that Kirk Brandon?
Yes, indeed.
Hi, I'm Alex from Metallaville Zine.
Hey, hi, Alex.
Good, thanks, you?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Got some stupid head cold, but apart from that, I'm fine.
Good, good. Is it a nice day where you are?
It's beautiful, man.
Same here.
It's absolutely beautiful. Beautiful day. Beautiful day on the planet.
Indeed, indeed. Okay, so I've got some questions, and then we're going to move on to. I went to I think it's called the Theatre of Hate and Spear of Destiny Barmy Army Facebook page.
Yeah.
And I've got a couple fan questions from there to do at the end.
Okay, sure.
We're just gonna. I think we can probably make a start now if you're up for it.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what made you start Spear of Destiny?
Well, maybe start the Spirit Destiny. Wow. Well, Theatre of Hate had folded, or rather imploded. And I just thought, you know what? I want to carry on playing music. So it was myself and Stanley, actually, the bass player at the time. We just thought, you know what? We'll just form a new band, get a new name, start over. That's kind of like that's all the thinking that went into it, you know?
Yeah, totally.
It wasn't any deeper than that. That's exactly what we both felt the same. Okay, right, well, let's do it. And we did.
Cool. So it was very much you want to carry on playing music. Your last band had imploded, so you just got straight on with it again.
Yeah. We tried to pick up the ball and keep running, but it's a bit more complicated than that, as we found out.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Nice. It's not. It's very very much a just pick up and go, carry on going sort of thing.
We tried to, yeah. That's exactly what we did. Yeah.
So what's with all the lineup changes over the years? Is it just changing style or?
Well, I don't know. Like a lot of bands, you lose people, and people have lives and wives and children and stuff like that. You know, all the normal stuff, and people want to go off and do other things, or they get involved in other things.
Yeah.
I mean, the band I've got currently have been with me, I don't know, 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
Barring the drummer, who's only been with me about 6 or 7 years, but the other guy's been with me a long time.
Yeah.
And it's the most stable, just not bad, 25, 30 years, considering people got lives, you know?
Totally. Because I know on the Wikipedia page, there's like this long list of members.
Yeah, it's not as long as the four. They've got like a football stadium full of people who are in it.
Totally.
You know what it's like. People come and go, and people want to do different things.
Yeah, totally.
That's bands, isn't it? That's bands.
Yeah. Especially in early years.
Yeah, everyone's like trying to find out who they are, or who they think they are, or who they think they want to be.
Yeah. How would you say your sound has changed over the years?
Well, from Theatre of Hate onwards.
Yeah, just sort of from the beginning of when you started releasing music.
Well, the Pack. I mean, the Pack was pretty raw. It was very raw. It was just, Les Paul customs for a Marshall 100. Yeah, so it was going to be pretty raw. No effects pedals. Theatre of Hate was a great collection of songs I'd had and riffs I'd had since I was a teenager, which I kind of put together and sort of, some of it was quite strange. Some of it looking back, as I've said before, especially nowadays when I look back on it, I think this is like avant-garde music.
Yeah.
It's like so off the wall. This is avant-garde. Or that's how people would see it today. At the time, there was other bands doing things. There was Joy Division, there was Killing Joke, there was Bauhaus. There was people doing other things.
Yeah.
And the idea was to make it sound original. That was the whole idea in them days. And I was lucky enough to have this bunch of songs, a bunch of riffs. We sort of put them together, and it kind of clicked and worked. As much down to the personnel as it was to the songs, I would say.
Yeah.
So, everyone had a hand in it, absolutely. And so that was like the Fear of Hate period.
Mm.
And I would say that the whole Spear of Destiny period, which still goes on today, has been, how can I put this? It's almost like a vehicle for my songwriting.
Right.
And, in, the last 10 God knows, 10 albums, whatever it is we've done since 1980, God knows, 87, 88, since then.
Yeah.
Since the beginning of the 90s, should we say. What's that? It's 30 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, all the music that's involved in that period has been very much me still exploring. Sorry.
No,
as a songwriter. And, inside that, I developed this tuning and started using that all the time. I use it half and half now.
Yeah.
Between like standard tuning and this funny tuning I made up. And that kind of did a reality shift using a tuning.
Yeah.
So, it opened doors for me. That tuning opened doors for me in my head and the way I wrote.
Yeah.
And I had to learn how to play again, basically, using a different tuning. So it has been exploratory. And I like that whole concept of, exploratory music. Even if it is your own music, you're still trying to explore it,
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, totally. It's very much a flow rather than like a formula.
Yes. I couldn't have put it better even if I had the intelligence to think it. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I dislike formula stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
I dislike that. Starts on a 1, ends on a 4. Starts on a 1, ends on a 4. Starts on a 1, ends on an 8. I mean, that just sends me up the fucking wall.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, just what's the fucking point? Just turn the machines on and leave the room.
Totally. What's your favourite B-side from one of the singles?
Favourite B-side? That's really difficult to say. I would say Pumpkin Man, because it was never released on the album. It was only on like the 12-inch or whatever it was. And I would say from the actual singles back in the 80s, Somewhere Out There.
Mm.
That song, Somewhere Out There. It's just got a great feel to it, and the sounds on it are marvellous. It's actually just me playing guitar and singing with a couple of overdubs.
Yeah.
Pumpkin Man, Somewhere Out There, yeah.
Nice. What bands or artists inspired you growing up?
Inspired me growing up. Van der Graaf Generator, because it was just so bloody weird.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so weird, but genius at the same time. It was just, I never heard anything like that, ever. I still haven't, to this day. That was brilliant. I listened to a lot of blues when I was young. Listened to a lot of blues.
Yeah.
I would principally say I'm a blues player.
Well, yeah, your guitaring's very much it's that sort of style of, it's hard to describe really, but it's like the guitar is part of you rather than something you play.
Yeah, I'm not a guitar player. I just play guitar.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I'm any good or anything like that. I'm not conceited about it. I play guitar. That's what I do. I write songs. That's what I do. You know.
Totally.
Yeah.
What's kept you going as under the name of Spear of Destiny and not wanting to break off with the changes in style? Because obviously with songs like Liberator versus stuff on the 2018 album, it's the newer album is very much it's very different. It's not got the same upbeat feeling to it.
I think when you're really young, you're just naturally upbeat.
Mm.
You know, further down the road, you've been in the ring a long time and taken a lot of headshots. And I think some of the stuff's been knocked out of you.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean to say that I'm not up. I'm actually normally I'm a pretty up kind of person.
Yeah.
Maybe the music nowadays is I can't think of a word here. I'm going to sound poncy. More considered.
Yeah.
And then again, sometimes it isn't, you know. Sometimes it's just like a riff and a load of singing or shouting over the top of it and it works for whatever reason. But generally, I'd say it's probably more considered.
Yeah.
As you learn the craft of songwriting and then try and unlearn it, and then try and relearn it, you make a lot of appraisals of yourself, of your writing, what it is you're saying.
Yeah.
You know, after having written 400 songs or so, go ahead, tell me, what is it you want to say?
Yeah.
That you haven't said before. Go on, tell me. You're asking that question to yourself. You're always kind of in the shadow of being. I mean, obviously you're analytical of what you're doing, but sometimes it's not a good thing to be too conscious.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you never actually get anything done. So, you know, you have to measure it. You know, it's kind of look back at what you do, but you can't kick the shit out of it before you've actually written it. Do you know what I mean? So you still have to do. You still have the process to go through. Do you get that?
Yeah. No. Totally.
You know, we could leave it for others to tear you apart. I'm sure they will. There'll be some knocker coming in.
Yeah. No. Definitely. So that's the sort of that's the stylized change and like the reasons behind it. Then that's the sort of so it very much goes back to that. It's everything's a flow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's got flows, got ups and downs, strengths and weaknesses, all that kind of thing. You know, resistance and no resistance.
Yeah.
Like electricity.
Yeah.
Electricity is unpredictable. Absolutely unpredictable. That's what my dad told me. And that's what Tesla says.
No, definitely. I know you played a show back in May, didn't you?
Where would this be?
I'm not sure. I was looking at what your most recent shows were.
We haven't done an awful lot since lockdown. We tried. We ended up having to cancel it like everybody else, you know.
14th of May 2022, venue KK's Steel Mill in Wolverhampton.
Oh, right. Yeah, our Westworld thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 2-day event thing. That was really cool.
And I mean, I know you're going back on tour again, aren't you?
We're doing bits. We're not actually doing big. You know, we're doing a few festivals this year. They've got the Sign of the Times. We've got Cubics. We're doing Rebellion.
Yeah.
And in between, there's 4 dates I don't know. I can't remember where they are.
I knew playing
Burnley,
Sheffield.
somewhere other. Sheffield, Burnley, Blackpool. I can't remember. But there's only 4 dates there. There's some more dates later on in the summer.
Yeah.
But again, just a handful. So we're not doing a hell of a lot at the moment. I'm just trying to get this new album together. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
We're about 80% of the way through it.
Cool. So when do you think that's going to be? When's the hopeful, release date for that? Have you got a date pinned down?
I really don't know. But before November, I hope.
Yeah.
It's called Ghost Population.
Ghost Population.
Yeah.
Is that got a similar sort of vibe to Tontine?
No. It's much more left field, I think. It's much more left field. There's a few songs you'd say, well, that's like standard Spear of Destiny.
Yeah.
But quite a bit of it is much more left field. And I like that concept. It's it makes it a little bit more edgy, moves it over to the left-hand side of things.
Yeah, totally.
We're not really a mainstream band anyway. I mean, we're not. We ceased any aspirations to that in the 80s, So we were like everyone else, somewhere out. Do you know what Ghost Population is? Have you ever heard that phrase?
No.
Well, what it was is they got all the DNA sequencing from all these like prehistoric peoples, like Neolithic man.
Yeah.
It's gone out of my head. Davistonians.
Oh yeah.
Whatever they're called. And there's a couple more. There's one Australianis, and there's about 5 of these prehistoric type people, going back in time.
Yeah.
And they got the sequencing, and there's something sort of turned up in it that there's actually someone else there, and the DNA they haven't found who this person is, but there's not this person, these people are.
Yeah.
There's strands of DNA which don't belong to any of them, so it's someone else, some other race of people, and they called it in the background as this ghost population. They don't know who they are. And I sort of had 2 ways. There's 2 ways of looking at this. I thought, ghost population, people that aren't really there. Well, that's people like me, because we're not in the mainstream of music. We're nowhere near any of it.
Yeah.
We've got nothing to do with it. Whether it's New Model Army, The Mission, Killing Joke, whoever, they're just not mainstream. It's just not mainstream music.
No.
And it will never get in the mainstream.
No.
Not that it really did in the first place, but and it's almost like we're the ghost population.
Yeah.
And then I also took it one further, and I just thought, how many bands are there out there playing rock music? How many? Fucking armies of them. Literally divisions of musicians. 8,000-10,000 men constitute a division. So there's divisions of people out there playing in rock bands, playing all this music, but it never ever gets heard.
Yeah.
It's banned. The BBC, mainstream music, basically, BBC Radio 6, yes, but outside of that, all these people are never heard. They'll never have a platform. And it'll only be the extremely lucky that gets through.
Yeah.
And they're the ghost population. They're out there playing music that nobody ever hears.
Yeah.
Funny thought. That's how I married the 2 thoughts up.
Yeah, so it's a conceptual, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I know we mentioned you playing a Sheffield show. Do you like playing Sheffield?
Yeah, I don't mind playing Sheffield. It's pretty cool. There's my guitar player Adrian is from Sheffield, and we've played a lot of great gigs there. You know, like in the old days, we played Town Hall, played the University, the Boardwalk. That was a good gig.
Yeah.
Loads of them. And in recent times, we played this place. The name's gone out of my head. It's not actually in Sheffield. It's up on a hill somewhere. Can you remember the name of it?
No, I've not heard of that.
I mean, a lot of bands play there. I can't remember the name of it.
On a hillside?
For the life of me, it's gone out of my head. We've played it about 8 times or something. It's not that big. I was about 250, but, you know, it's a great gig.
Yeah.
It's like, if I have a choice, I would rather play somewhere like that or the Clooney in Newcastle or whatever.
Yeah.
Rather than play, you know, O2 type things and corporate gigs,
Totally.
which I'm not really that keen on. You know?
No, definitely.
I know it sounds romantic. It's not romantic. It's survival, really. Try and keep the local promoters alive.
Totally. No, totally.
As opposed to just hand it over to, you know, the O2 mob, and that's the end of it.
Yep. If you could change one thing about the music industry, what would it be?
One thing, that they pay you. All them people, that Spotify and all them, when your major record companies have sold your music onto them, and you make nothing. You make 0.00025 of a cent or a penny per play. Meanwhile, these guys pick up hundreds, thousands of millions of pounds.
Yeah.
You know, give them something, for fuck's sake, you know? How about 10p? Give them something.
Yeah. It's a joke, really, isn't it?
0.00025 of a penny or a cent. I can't remember which it is. It doesn't really matter. It means nothing. Meanwhile, they generate all this money.
Yep.
That's what I would change. You know, give them something. Give musicians, songwriters, give them something. Don't give them nothing. Don't tell me 0.00025 of a penny or a cent is something. Please, just don't tell me that.
Totally.
That's just ridiculous. That's what I would change. I've said it quite a few times. I'll keep saying it, but there you go.
No, definitely. I completely agree with you. Streaming services are generating massive amounts of income from doing absolutely nothing. The artist does the job for them.
The artist gets fuck all.
Yep. It's why I still buy physical CDs when I can. Because, you know, even a lot of that still goes to record companies, though.
Oh, yeah. You know. Yeah.
But I'm a proponent for keeping, you know, the physical media alive.
Yeah.
I think it's
They have to manufacture it, which means they have to pay the mechanical publishing.
Yeah. You know, and
Sorry.
It's nice when you can see your music collection. You just log into your iPad and click something and it starts playing.
Yeah.
I mean, is there with the new album in the works? That's what's next. Will there be? Are you hoping to release more with the band or?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I literally didn't get the time. There's about 5 other tracks I didn't get the time to record. I'm going to try and record them at some point. I think I kind of missed the boat there because I didn't prioritise the best of the best. I just started work on it, got into it, and just carried on. And whatever I was getting involved in, I was working it out with the drummer, and we just moved on one to the next, and then I didn't realise that the time was running out. At the end of it, I kind of ran out of time to do what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
There's 14 tracks recorded, and there should have been 19 tracks recorded.
Yeah.
So I was annoyed with myself that I didn't, have the time to do it.
Yeah. Right, that's all for the questions, so we can move on to some of what the fans have said now.
Yeah.
Big thanks to Theatre of Hate and Spear of Destiny Barmy Army page.
Okay.
Gary Michaelum asks, what's the best and worst gig you've ever done?
I don't know. I don't know what the best... I really don't know what the best gig is. The best gig was probably Glasgow Barrowlands.
Mm.
The worst was Tidal Basin Tavern in the East End in London to one person.
Wow. What was that like, being on stage while that was happening?
Which one?
Both of them. What was that like for both of them?
Oh, Glasgow Barrowlands is fantastic. The Scottish audience are amazing. They're just full on, up for it and crazy, and it's brilliant. The Tidal Basin Tavern, the East End, the barman paid us. I think he paid us 20 quid. It was the pack, the band, the pack. And he said, I really liked it, lads. And then as a kind of a pat on the back, he said, well, at least they didn't stab you like they stabbed the singer last week.
Jesus.
I thought, fucking hell. That was quite funny.
Damn, that's a story, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jeez.
It was funny.
Stephen Watt asks, do you have any regrets career-wise?
Too few to mention, as the song goes.
Fair enough. Isabel Addy asks, can you ask Kirk, does he have a specific set of strings he uses for his Gretsch?
Yeah, it's D'Addario. It's D apostrophe capital A. There we go. D-D-A-R-I-O. I always get this wrong. D'Addario.
Yeah.
And it's 11 at the top with a round wound third.
Cool, thank you. Stevie Walker asks if you're looking forward to 2 appearances at Rebellion this year.
Absolutely, very much. We're doing the headline is Gary Newman, and there's Peter Hook and the Light, and us, and some other people as well. Sorry, I can't remember who they are.
No,
It'd be a great day out.
Yep, totally.
Yeah. It'd be a great day out.
Let's have a look at some of through the... Out of all the songs that you've written, which is your personal favourite, and which one's your personal favourite to sing?
Why does it have to be so difficult?
That was from Colin Staunton.
Personal favourite. Personal favourite, I don't know. Oh, that's so difficult. That's so difficult. You know. Okay, my personal favourite, because it is funny, is a song called Party Girl. And it's also my favourite to sing.
Yeah.
It's a really crazy story about one of my ex-girlfriends, and it's just, as my cello player says, it's another one of your vignettes, is it? I said, yes, it is. It's quite humorous, and she's very crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got two last questions here.
Yeah.
Amanda S. Howard asks, what do you like on your crumpets?
Crunchy peanut butter.
Nice, good choice. And finally, Warren Bailey asks, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Say it again?
Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
No.
No? You're not
No.
you're not a fan of the Hawaiian?
No.
Fair enough.
Sorry.
Well, this has been an awesome interview, Kirk. Thank you so much.
Okay, no problem. Great. Really great.
I'm coming to the Sheffield show to do photography and reviews, so I'll definitely see you then.
Come say hello, man. Come say hello.
We'll do. Yes, it's been great talking to you. I will when the interview's up, it'll probably be closer to the time when I do the review and the photography, so I can release it all at once.
Yeah.
I'll get that sent over to your team's Facebook page probably,
Okay, brilliant.
or your PR. I've got your PR email, so I'll probably send it to them.
Okay, cool.
But thanks for the interview. It's been really good to speak to you. I'm a big fan of your music.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. Thank you for bothering to listen. Thank you.
No problem.
Very cool.
Thanks.
See you, Sheffield. Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.